Science has always been the foundation of development and crucial to how we understand our world. Without science, we wouldn't be able to grasp the concept of gravity and the complexity of the human DNA. We wouldn't have invented vaccines, the car, the space rocket, the internet or the smartphone. But even though we have come a long way, there are still plenty of challenges in the future that we need science and imaginative scientists to solve.
Young people are digital natives because digital media have been part of their lives from when they were born. In this sense, they are a creative force and they always have a camera and a microphone right at hand.
By making data and knowledge about data widely accessible, we can create a data democracy in the interest of solving collective problems.
Every single day, we post and share enormous amounts of information, likes and images on social networks like Facebook and Twitter. These digital trails are picked up and used in ways that have a huge impact on our democracy, identity and privacy.
Nation-states, security agencies and large powerful companies such as Google and Amazon, they have a huge interest in accessing and using data about us as citizens and as consumers for surveillance purposes and basically just to sell us their products. To society and to the social sciences, the challenge really is to provide reliable knowledge about data and about social networks, which is not shaped by unilateral political and economic interests, and then to make that knowledge open and accessible to everybody.
Researchers from the University of Copenhagen work with engineers from the Technical University of Copenhagen, DTU, in the project Social Fabric. They monitor the smartphones of a group of first-year students from DTU, and then they analyze the large quantities of data and share the information with the students themselves.
We try to develop a model for how to handle sensitive personal data. So as social scientists, how can we advocate for the sharing and transparency of data if, for example, a student tells his girlfriend that he'll be at the movies with some friends and our data really tells us otherwise? So in a wider societal perspective, you might say that our project really tries to investigate what happens once information that we used to be able to keep secret is suddenly made more widely available. When someone tries to monopolize data, as citizens we have an expectation to have a fair and reasonable access to this kind of information which we know is out there.
One of the key game-changing instruments in social media demanding awareness is the digital image. The digital camera and social networks make it possible for anyone to document a reality and broadcast a message. This could be from war zones or demonstrations from which the information flow used to be heavily censored. A grim example is the private photographs taken by American soldiers in the Iraqi Abu Ghraib prison that broke the news flow in 2004.
Images travel across borders and appear in many different contexts. And of course this means that citizens can engage in worldwide matters. But you never know what kind of reaction your contribution is going to be met with, whether it's going to spark outrage or support. Also today the flood of information is fragmented and we usually don't know who the sources are. And I think ultimately this might create a divide between those of us who have access to information and know how to handle information and those of us who don't.
As a society, we are not yet up to the challenge represented by the staggering amounts of data and our behavioral patterns in social networks. The so-called Twitter revolutions, like the Arab Spring and the Occupy movement, have yet to prove that digitalization and uncensored information will set people free and create democracy. But the social and media scientists are hopeful. We can take destiny into our own hands if we are aware.
With regard to images, people are by now aware of how images function and how images should be interpreted. For this reason, they are also very skeptical of propaganda images. They know that images are easily manipulated, and also from their daily media use that images have to possess a certain aesthetics and show dramatic scenes in order for them to catch the attention of the wider public.
Fight data illiteracy, which means be critical and aware that your actions and your behavior and things like social media platforms leave traces for others to pick up and to analyze. Demand that your school teaches you how data works. So become a data citizen. To share your opinions on social network sites is a legitimate way to participate and engage in common causes. And I do think that one day how you vote on election day is going to depend really on your political views in terms of just how open and accessible you think data should be.